This one is going to be a special one. I hope you can hear me fine, and the camera obviously is definitely shitty. I forgot to bring my other one when I left. So I'm making this one. This one is, right now it's day 2 of SWTOR celebration, and tomorrow night is going to be the Star Wars, or the SWTOR Cantina. So, and I wanted to kind of set it up so I guess we have some kind of a vibe as to how we're going into this. Well, the first thing I'm gonna basically want to talk about is obviously the balancing issues, because there's been several, and it's really starting to mess up the game in a way, because it's tearing up PvP, and then they're trying to fix PvP, but by doing that they're breaking further PvE, because PvE hard mode right now is very hard, like borderline nightmare mode on some of them, and now they're nerfing classes, which makes it harder. And now you can't just say, oh, just switch class. No, that doesn't work. It's not what you're supposed to do. So, but I understand as well, because they're trying to nerf the few that are really above the mark, lower them down, and then everybody's together. But if you just leave it like that, it doesn't work, because now even if you upped a little bit the damage of some others, it's never going to quite make it to the DPS that you had before. So again, it still screws up guilds with hard mode when you do that. So that's why I was thinking, well, that's one of the questions I want to ask them, and it's, are you planning on putting like a straight up buff in the operation, let's say like a 30% the stat on everybody, then everybody gets buffed, and then it's making it somewhat doable? Because if not, and if they've done that in the past, that's why I'm saying that, so maybe they can do it again, and then hopefully that does the trick for as far as that's concerned. But if not, and if not done early, I think a lot of people are just going to give up on raiding, and then we all know if you give up on raiding, there's not much to do in this game, because PvP has been officially, in my mind, killed in the last 2 years of like complete bullshit that they've gone through, with like no content, like stupid fucking answers like, oh, we gave you fucking disciplines for the expansion, because, you know, no one else gets discipline. You guys know what I think about that anyway. So it seems like for the balancing part though, it seems like there's a lack of communication in between the two. Like the community is telling them we need more this, that, not necessarily DPS, example for Marauders, not necessarily DPS, but maybe cooldowns to like utilities to keep us alive a little longer, and keep us closer for a little longer. But again, seems like it's not working somehow. It took them forever to get together. They also talked about, they didn't mind the DPS itself, they didn't like the clunkiness of the rotation, and apparently to them that means the devs, that means we want more DPS, and to me that was just complete stupidity. You want the rotation to feel somewhat like something that works together. You did, like, some rotation are just awful. Like, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna press 3 button and wait for fucking 15 seconds, which is like an eternity, to get one ability to press. It just doesn't work. You gotta make sure that your stuff somewhat works together. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's because they added alacrity as a factor or what, but even then I still can't wrap my head around the fact that some of those rotation are just do not work properly. And again, like I was saying, it seems like there's a disconnect between the devs and the everybody else. Things missing. Yeah, things missing. I gotta put that in there because of, honestly, the designer. The costume designer was a complete failure in my mind, because it missed a core thing that should have been there. I mean, yes, it's a costume designer, and I understand you're supposed to just get costumes, but if you're there, why the fuck would you not add a second set of stat gear? You have one stat gear set, like tab 1. Why can't you put tab 2 beside it, and that can be like 1 DPS set, 1 tanking set, or 2 DPS set, or a DPS and a healing set? Oh, that's right, because that makes too much freaking sense. That's why. And it's not there. Then they have it all set up, and then for whatever reason, there's something about BioWare and weapons, and they just do not like weapons. They just don't care about them. And somehow, some way, you would think that they would realize that we do care about them, and yes, we want the freaking weapon slot to be in there as well. Why would you not be able to switch the weapon? The only like people that use that want this badly are like me. They're the people that most of them, not all of them, but most of them are the ones that want it because they want to save money because they don't want to have to transfer everything every time they want to switch their appearance. Yes, that's one. And two is for those that actually use the buy on legacy gear like me, because I like switching Imp and Republic back and forth, or another tune same side, and I don't, you know, I don't want to look like that, but it makes it easy to switch my stuff around, so I keep it that way. Now with the costume designer, I can actually make it look the way I want it, yet still keep my Bion Legacy armor. Because again, most of the Bion Legacy armor is not that great looking. There's a few pieces that are cool, but not a whole lot. So again, like you would think they would like just the little things like that, like coloring a weapon. Why can't they have coloring a weapon? They can color just about everything in there except relics and earpiece and implants. Why can't they color something that you visually see? I don't know. Something weird to me. The operation bosses obviously bugged a lot of them, and that led to the Operation Victory with the league there, where they were going to have this little tournament and all that with people killing trash and everything. Anyways, Operation Victory, which I call basically Operation Piss Poor Planning, because I can't believe, like, we all knew right off the bat that this was going to fail because there was just not enough time for them to make sure that the thing was fixed in time. Yes, it was allowing enough time to fix it, but it wasn't allowing enough time to verify that the fix is proper before it goes live. And I mean, they would have looked like idiots, and we all knew that, yet they were the only one that seemed to not know that. So one would think that the person that are dealing with the deadlines and know when and what and all that would actually know, but apparently they don't. And like Joe Blow, you and me know that's more, I guess. So again, and again, they tried. It was almost there for me. They almost had succeeded at hyping the game there, which they're, you know, I just think they just can't do that. Also, the last comment is more the little ad thing that they pulled on us. Oh, come, make sure you watch this tomorrow, and then they give us an ad about trying to recruit people to play. It has nothing of value to anyone in the community. Again, it goes in on which is the last one, which is they just do not know how to hype this game whatsoever. No idea, and it's pretty clear because now the second part I want to talk about is Celebration, obviously, because now day 2 just finished just about a few hours, actually an hour ago, and all you see there is that love, that passion, that like everything screams Star Wars, and they're not hiding it. They're just in your face with it all the time. And the day 1 was with the trailer for the movie, which looked awesome, way better than the first one, and just nailed it out of the ballpark. Sure, we still don't know much about the story, but like just like the visuals and all that just looked amazing, right? And be there to share it with like everybody else loving Star Wars was just something I'll never forget, that's for sure. And then you got, you know, like the celebrities are just like going through, like there's like huge lineups, and they just come through and they just say hi and just shake hands with people. Like I know Daniel's the guy who plays C3PO actually came through my line and just like, you know, just shaking hands and all that. And then on the first night, J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy went through the lineups as well. They actually, J.J. bought pizza for all those people. I wasn't there, but those that stayed overnight did get pizza and all that, and got to shake his hand. I mean, it's all the like that passion for it is just, you know, that presence, like it's crazy, but it can't really be explained unless you're there. It's just, you're walking to the convention center, which is like a couple of blocks away from me, really close, and everybody's got like a t-shirt or, you know, the lanyard with the pass and everything. Like you can recognize everybody from a mile away. I mean, it's just, I don't know, and everybody's got the smile on their face. We're just all going to the same place, and then cosplays like everywhere. Like it's like I just got today on day 2. I just got in front, and sorry for that. Just got the front there, front door, and then there's like this humongous amount of people there, like all cosplay, like Jedi's, everything, and it's all like forming up, and there are people taking pictures like crazy. Like it's like just impromptu. They just like, hey, let's just go there and let's take a picture, and then all of a sudden everybody's joining in on the fun and all that. I mean, there's too much passion. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is SWTOR. And it's funny because you got right now you got Star Wars Rebels, which is basically the new comics that they started past year, and they're gonna have season 2 this year coming up. So they have Star Wars Rebels. They have this there's this new game. I think it's called Star Wars Commander. It's an app on for cell phones, and it was there too. Obviously Battlefront was there. Like all the games were there, but the only one that wasn't is SWTOR. And as much as you want to say that they are, yes, they're at the same time, and yes, they're like across the street at the Hilton. But I find that really weird that they wouldn't like go and say, hey guys, we're gonna be over there and make sure we're on the schedule so that everybody knows. It's like you have, and then you gotta understand, they got 700 people that at least say they're going, and that doesn't count for everybody else that might go, and because everyone that's there is so passionate about the game, they will go anywhere. And the 501st is going to be there, so there's going to be a shit ton of people that are going to know that this is going. So one would think that if they had something really badass, they would make sure that everybody knows, but somehow they keep that hidden as much as possible, which leads me to believe that they really don't have much of anything. And that's why I, like anything else now from them, is I just don't set my hopes really too high, because I just expect that I'm going to be disappointed. And after like the 2 days that I've been through at Star Wars Celebration, there is no way in hell they're going to top that off. No way. Like I'm sorry, but there's just no way it's going to happen. And if it does, I'll be just blown away, floored. And honestly, in the next one that I'll be doing after this, I'll be the first one to admit that I was wrong. But like right now, it does not look good whatsoever, because like I said, like the passion that I saw over the last 2 days I don't think is going to be beaten by SWTOR, who has like failed miserably on that point. It seems like it's all about making money with fucking content through cartel market, and it's not about, hey, we're gonna fucking bring it to you, we're gonna fucking show you how it's done BioWare style and all that, and blow our minds up. And it's not what's happening. So again, we're gonna see, but I really doubt they're gonna pull that off. And if they do, I mean, like I said, kudos to them. And they can. That's the thing, they can. They've done great shit, great stuff, great cinematics before. Why can't they do it now? I don't know. I guess time will tell. But to me, what SWTOR looks like more and more is a company that needs more people to work on that game to be successful, like a Star Wars game should be, I should say, because it's successful right now. It makes money. But it's not successful in the sense that it should a Star Wars game. I was just waiting in the lineup today actually, and there was a guy beside me, and he kept like you could tell he didn't play the game much. But again, like that's just tells you how people really don't like that game. And he's in the 501st, and he loves anything Star Wars, and he's like, man, he's like, don't play Sith Warrior, man, it's too easy, it's like 2 buttons, blah, blah, blah. And the other guy's like, no, Marauders are like one of the most complex classes to play, depending on what spec you're playing, so I don't know what you're talking about. So the guy is just like, I don't like that game. It sounded like that. And it just tells you, man, like, he's like, oh yeah, the story was great and everything, but there's like, it's missing stuff. And again, we can talk like this wasn't even a big opinion as far as the knowledge and all that on the game. You just don't like the game. That's fine, but it just shows you there's so many people that you're not marketing this for. And this, like, remember we just talked about like the publicity thing that they were doing to try to attract more people to the game. Well, attract Star Wars fans because you don't even have half of them. Like, you don't even have like not even a fucking, you have a tiny little bit of them. You know those 2 million players? Like, I'm guaranteeing you that at least 1 million of those were Star Wars fans. But you don't even have that anymore. So, hey, how about try to get back the ones that you've lost that are big time Star Wars fans by telling them, hey, Star Wars Celebration, we're still here. We're not going anywhere. And we did all these changes and now we're doing these on top of that. But again, that's just me. Maybe I should go into marketing or something. Maybe I should do that. Like, you know, I would be amazing at this stuff. Like, they would get rich. Anyways, I don't want to sound like a David Honor because honestly, I really am not. I am just amazed at everything I saw for the last 2 days, and then I just can't see how this is going to turn out well. But again, if it does, I guess again, I will be the first one to admit it once we go back around, and you guys will all see it because it's actually, they're streaming it live. I don't know how much of it they are, but they're gonna stream some of it live for sure. Again, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.